I've been reading about your fall, Anakin. How you became Darth Vader. It started with Padme. Fear of losing her. I understand that more than you know. I lost Rachel Dawes, the woman I loved. The Joker gave me a choice between her and Harvey Dent. I chose wrong. She died. But I didn't become a monster.
You didn't have the power to save her. I did. Or I thought I did. The Force showed me visions of Padme dying in childbirth. I'd already lost my mother. Watched her die in my arms after Tusken Raiders tortured her. I couldn't let it happen again. Palpatine offered me a way to stop death itself. What would you have done if someone offered you that?
I would have seen it for the lie it was. Palpatine manipulated you. Used your fear against you. The promise of saving Padme was bait. You fell for it because you were desperate. I was desperate too when Rachel died. Wanted revenge. Wanted to break my one rule. But desperation doesn't justify becoming what you hate. You didn't just try to save her. You helped destroy.
The Jedi were corrupt. They preached about peace but commanded armies. They said attachment was forbidden but expected loyalty. They took me from my mother as a child and never let me go back for her. When I had nightmares about losing Padme, they told me to let go, to accept loss. That's not wisdom. That's cowardice disguised as discipline.
Order had flaws. Every institution does. That doesn't mean you burn it all down and join the people actively trying to enslave the galaxy. You had other choices. You could have left the Order, run away with Padme, lived a quiet life. Instead, you chose power. Told yourself it was for her, but it was for you. You couldn't accept that some things are beyond control.
Running away wouldn't have stopped the visions. Wouldn't have changed what I saw. She was going to die. The only way to prevent it was to become strong enough to stop death. Palpatine had that knowledge. The dark side had that power. Yes, I made terrible choices getting there. But if it meant saving Padme, I'd do anything. Wouldn't you?
Because, or anything, has limits. Would I break my moral code to save Rachel? Would I kill an innocent person if it guaranteed her survival? No, the moment you sacrifice your principles for someone you love, you've already lost them. Padme fell in love with a hero. You became a villain. Even if you'd saved her life, she would have hated what you became. You didn't lose her to death. You lost her to yourself.
She died because of me anyway. Because I choked her in anger when she sided with Obi-Wan. Because I'd become something she couldn't recognize. You're right about that, but you don't understand the weight of it. Having the power to save someone and failing anyway. Rachel died because you chose Harvey. That's not the same as causing her death with your own hands. I killed Padme. That's a different kind of hell.
I chose Harvey because the Joker rigged the addresses. I went to save Rachel and found Harvey instead. The Joker wanted me to suffer, to live knowing I failed. It worked. I think about it every night. Wonder if there was something I missed, some way I could have saved her. But I didn't let that grief turn me into a killer. I didn't join the Joker. I stopped him. You joined Palpatine.
You had clarity. You knew the Joker was evil. I didn't see Palpatine clearly. He was my mentor, my friend. He understood me when the Jedi didn't. By the time I realized what he really was, I'd already done things I couldn't take back. I'd killed Mace Windu, attacked the temple. There was no going back. The dark side had me. Padme's death was just the final proof that I'd destroyed everything trying to save it.
There's always a way back. Luke proved that. Your son reached you at the end, made you remember who you were. You killed Palpatine and saved Luke. Died as Anakin Skywalker, not Darth Vader. That's redemption. But it took decades and countless deaths to get there. Imagine if you'd made that choice earlier. If you'd listened to Padme on Mustafar instead of attacking her. She was right and you knew it.
I was too far gone by then. The dark side clouds your judgment, makes you paranoid. I thought she'd betrayed me. Thought Obi-Wan had turned her against me. I couldn't think clearly. All I saw was threats and enemies. That's what fear does. It blinds you. Makes you hurt the people you're trying to protect. You say you didn't become a monster, but did you ever come close? Did grief ever push you to that edge?
Every day, Rachel's death. My parents' murder. Jason Todd beaten to death by the Joker. Each one pushed me closer to crossing the line, to killing. There were moments when I wanted to. When it would have been easier. But I didn't. Not because I'm better than you, but because I understood that once you cross that line, you can't come back from it. You become what you fight. That's the edge, and I stay as far from it as possible.
Easier said than done when the Force is whispering promises in your ear. When you have the power to change fate, and you're watching the woman you love die in your visions every night. You don't have that. You're just a man in a suit. I was a chosen one. The weight of that, the expectation, the pressure. Maybe if I'd been weaker, had less power, I wouldn't have fallen so hard. Power makes everything worse.
Power reveals what's already there. You had darkness in you before the Force. The Tusken Raider massacre. You slaughtered an entire village, women and children, because they killed your mother. That was before Palpatine ever got his hooks in you. Before the visions of Padme. You already had the capacity for that kind of rage. The dark side didn't create it. It just gave you permission to embrace it.
And you've never lost control. Never hurt someone more than necessary because you were angry. I've seen reports about you. Criminals in the hospital. Broken bones. Psychological trauma. You terrorize people every night. Don't pretend you're so different. The only difference is you stop before killing them. That's not morality. That's just where you happen to draw the line. My line was just further out.